The Complaining Woman. Once, a poor woman lived alone in a village. The people in the village tried to help her, but she always chased them all away with a stick. She would spend all her time complaining about her life. On Christmas, the woman felt sick. As she lay in bed, she again started complaining. "I wish I would die." Suddenly, the woman saw a bright light and heard the voice of an angel. "I am here to take you to a giant. He would love to have you for his lunch." Now the woman got scared. She said, "Oh no, please spare my life. Please do not kill me. I do not want to die." The fairy laughed and said, "Learn to love your life. Stop complaining. You will realize its value only when it is gone." "Oh yes, I will never complain again," cried the woman. She had learned her lesson. Good memories. Once, a little girl fell sick on Christmas. She cried, thinking that she was missing out on so many good things by being ill. Her mother gave her a cup of tea made from elder tree blossoms. Suddenly, the blossoms in the teapot turned into a beautiful angel dressed in green leaves and white flowers. The angel told the girl about an old couple who wanted to celebrate their golden wedding anniversary, but had forgotten the date. Soon the girl and the angel were in a beautiful garden with golden flowers. An old man and an old woman were getting married there. The angel said, "This is the old couple. Today is their golden wedding anniversary. They do not remember the date, but they remember the happy times. Good memories are more important than dates." When the girl opened her eyes, she was back in her house. Then on, she was always cheerful. She wished everyone Merry Christmas happily. Beautiful candles. Mrs. Webb lived all alone. She made special candles and sold them. But with age, Mrs. Webb's eyes became weak. She could no longer make candles. Soon, she spent all her money. There was no money left to buy food. One night, just before Mrs. Webb was going to sleep, she heard a noise in the candle room. Curious, she opened the door softly. She was amazed. Mrs. Webb saw many fairy mothers and their fairy children in the candle room. The fairy children were playing with the loose wax and were shaping it into beautiful candles. Once the candles were made, the fairy mothers sprinkled the candles with real stardust and colors from the sun. Mrs. Webb thanked God for helping her by sending the fairies. She remembered having prayed to God for help on Christmas Eve. Now, every night, the fairies made lovely candles for Mrs. Webb. She became very rich. Jim's dream. Jim was a little boy who lived with his parents. Jim dearly loved his grandmother, but she lived in a far-away town. Christmas was near. He wanted his grandmother to be with him. That night, Jim had a dream. He saw that grandmother had fallen ill while traveling. He woke up and prayed to God to take care of her. Early next day, grandmother boarded the train. As the train started moving, grandmother fell ill. Just then, a man entered her carriage. She gave her medicine and stayed with her till she reached the station. Soon, the train reached the station. Grandmother turned to thank the man, but he had already gone. She got off and went straight to Jim's house. She hugged him tight. Later, she told everyone about the man who had come to help her. Jim realized that God had sent his angel to help her. He thanked God.
Thanks for watching. Do like, share, subscribe to Sahil Book House.